Scientists estimate that there are more than 170 trillion pieces of plastic floating around in the world's oceans. If production continues, the rapid growth in marine contamination will render any cleanup efforts ineffective. Scientists have uncovered an astonishing surge in plastic pollution and estimate that more than 170 trillion plastic particles are currently floating in the oceans. Because cleanup is hopeless, if plastics continue to be pushed into the environment at the current rate, they have advocated for a reduction in plastic manufacturing. The study, published in PLOS One, looks at the growth or decline of ocean plastic from 1979 to 2019. The scientists noted a substantial increase in plastic garbage in the ocean and blamed the plastics industry for its inability to encourage recycling and develop goods with recycling in mind. The exponential increase of microplastics across the world's seas is a harsh warning that we must act immediately on a global scale, cease focusing on cleanup and recycling, and usher in an era of corporate responsibility for the entire life of the products they manufacture, writes Dr. Marcus Ericsson. Cleaning is worthless if we continue to produce plastic at current rates, and we've heard about recycling for far too long, while the plastics industry simultaneously rejects any pledges to acquire recycled material or design for recyclability. It is past time to address the plastic trash epidemic. The researchers were able to build a global time series by evaluating 11,777 samples of free-floating ocean plastics, which they then used to compare with international policy actions targeted at reducing plastic pollution. According to its findings, the amount of plastic in the water has increased considerably in both quantity and abundance since 2005. This could be due to changes in plastic manufacturing rates, the distribution of existing plastic pollution, or the management of rubbish on Earth. The experts believe there is at least 170 tons of plastic floating around in the oceans, totaling roughly 2 million tons. Scientists predict a 2.6-fold increase in the rate of plastic entering aquatic environments between 2016 and 2040 if nothing is done to reduce global plastic manufacturing now. Experts have demanded that countries take action to reduce plastic pollution. We know the ocean is an essential ecosystem, and we have strategies to reduce plastic contamination. Yet, the amount of plastic debris in the ocean is increasing, and it is having a disastrous effect on marine life. Without legislation to limit the production and distribution of disposable plastics, marine ecosystems would continue to deteriorate. Human survival is dependent on ocean health. This study comes at an opportune time, as a summit of UN member states will decide on a response to plastic pollution this spring. Scientists have warned that global plastics policies are disjointed, ambiguous, and devoid of measurable goals. They have called for the global implementation of regulations that hold corporations accountable for all stages of plastic production, from raw material extraction through recycling.